Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Module 1 of Options Trading Foundation, the complete options trading course for beginners. Module 1 is all about options trading basics. In this video, the sub-module 1.2, I will share with you guys the easiest way to understand what exactly is a call and a put option in options trading and how to use them. Alright, let's get started. In the previous video, we discussed the definition of options and some important keywords to understand what exactly is an option. An option is basically a contract that offers investors the right to buy or sell the underlying asset at a fixed price within a certain fixed time frame. There are only two types of options, the call option and the put option. Every single options trading strategy in the world, no matter how sophisticated it can be, is always the combination of these two. So, understanding how calls and puts work is an extremely important step for beginners. Let's start with the call option. Here's the easy way to understand how it works. Let's imagine there's this guy named Steve. Steve is planning to buy a house. He really liked this house and the asking price of this house is $500,000, which is within Steve's budget. But there's one major issue. Steve will only have the $500,000 available 6 months later, and his current saving is only $3,000, which is way much lower than the asking price. This property is in the prime location with a great neighborhood. There are many other potential buyers who are interested in the same property as well. Steve understands that if he has to wait for another 6 months, this house will most likely be sold, or the price will go up a lot higher. He wants to lock in the price of $500,000 over the next 6 months until he receives the money to pay for the house. On the property owner side, his main goal is to sell this house at the price of $500,000 as soon as possible. So both of them reach an agreement called the option to purchase contract. What this agreement does is that it gives Steve the right to buy this property at the price of $500,000 within the next 6 months. And the property owner will have the obligation to sell this property only to Steve at $500,000 over the next 6 months whenever Steve is ready to exercise the transaction. Also, because Steve owns the right, not obligation. That means if Steve changes his mind within the next 6 months or he finds an even better property with a cheaper price, he can just walk away from this agreement without completing any transactions. Yes, I know what you're thinking now. This is a terrible deal for the property owners because he's taking a great amount of risk called the opportunity risk to take out his property off the market and exclusively lock in for Steve at a fixed price for the next 6 months. Steve has the full control of this transaction, while the property owner has no control at all. Then you probably wonder, why the heck would any property owner agree on such a one-sided agreement? The answer is pretty simple, because the option to purchase contract is not free. The owner requests a $3,000 as the fee for the contract to compensate for the opportunity risk that he's taking. Such fee is also known as the premium of this option to purchase contract. With this premium paid to the property owner along with the option to purchase contract, then this whole deal will make perfect sense. Here's how it works. Steve tells the landlord that he is interested in buying his property at the price of $500,000 over the next 6 months, and he pays the property owner $3,000 upfront to request the owner to reserve the property for him for the next 6 months. The property owner takes the $3,000 as a small profit and agrees to reserve his property exclusively for Steve. If Steve decides to purchase this property over the next 6 months, he will pay the owner $500,000 to complete the transaction. The owner will make $503,000 out of this deal. If Steve decides not to purchase this property for some reasons, he can just walk away from this deal without any penalty. But he will lose the $3,000 premium to the property owner. The property owner can put his property back to the market for sale, and also at the same time he can earn $3,000 as a small profit from Steve. As we can see, both parties can benefit from this deal. In the financial market, this deal or this agreement between Steve and the property owner is exactly what a call option is all about. Steve has the right and the full control over the transaction, but he has to pay a small premium to earn that right. The property owner has the obligation to sell his house whenever Steve wants to buy, but he gets paid to compensate for this obligation. I will show you guys how a call option looks like in the real market. For example, this is the December 2020 $100 strike call option of Apple stock. And the premium of this contract is currently traded at $13.5, which is pretty high. So what does this call option do? By buying one of these call options, now you will have the right to buy 100 shares of Apple stock at $100 per share no matter the market price goes up or down. And this right is only valid until the third Friday of December 2020. Right now it's October 2020. So basically you will have 2 months to decide if you want to purchase the shares or not. The cost or the premium of buying this call option is $1,350. This is the price you need to pay to compensate the seller's opportunity risk that they are taking to lock in the price for you over the next 2 months. You don't have to exercise the call option on expiration date if the share price moves against you. But you will lose all your premium payments, which is the $1,350, and that will be your maximum loss on this trade. Alright, so that was the real life example to help you guys understand how the call options work. Now let's come back to the same example and take a look at how a put option works. So within the next 6 months, Steve eventually bought this house and now he's the owner of this property. And after a couple of years, the value of this property goes up and now the market value is $800,000. Steve is afraid that there might be an earthquake around this area over the next 2 years, so he decides to go to an insurance company and purchase an insurance contract to protect his property. It's a 2-year contract and it costs $5,000. So after Steve bought this insurance policy, now he has the right to sell this house to the insurance company at the price of $800,000 over the next 2 years. If everything goes well, he doesn't have to sell this house. He can just walk away from this insurance policy and let it expire. But he will lose $5,000 on the premium payment. On the other hand, the insurance company earns an immediate profit of $5,000 by selling this insurance contract to Steve. But now they have the obligation to buy the property from Steve at the price of $800,000 over the next 2 years if anything bad happens. In the financial market, the put option works exactly like an insurance policy. The buyer of the put option will have the right to sell his underlying asset to the put option sellers, but he has to pay a certain amount of premium for it. On the other hand, the seller of the put option will have the obligation to buy the underlying asset from the option buyers at a fixed price within a fixed time period. But the seller can earn an immediate profit in the forms of options premium. For the same underlying stock, it always has both call options and put options. For example, this is how the put option for Apple stock looks like. December 2020 at a $105 strike put option of Apple stock. And this put option is currently selling at $9 per contract as the premium. If you bought this put option, then now you will have the right to sell 100 shares of Apple stock at $105 per share. This right is only valid until the third Friday of December 2020. The total cost of buying this put option is $900, which is $9 multiplied by 100. This is the price you need to pay to compensate the seller's obligation risk that they're taking to sell you this insurance policy. Exactly the same as the call option. You don't have to fulfill the put option contract on the expiration date if the share price moves against you. Your maximum loss of buying this put option is only the total premium that you are paying, which is $900. Alright, I hope you guys fully understand how the call option and the put option works by now after these 2 examples. Call option is the option to purchase contract with the property owner when you are trying to buy a house, while the put option is the insurance policy to protect your house. Cool, that will be the end of this module 1.2. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. In the next module, I will share with you guys some of the most important fundamental knowledge that every beginner should understand before trading options. If you are new to this channel, my name is Vic. I hope you guys enjoyed the course so far. If you find my contents have been valuable to you, please consider subscribing and helping me click the like button on this video. It can really help reaching out to more people who need this content. Also, please turn on that notification bell so that you will never miss any module in the future whenever I upload. Again, thanks so much for watching guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.